Hi, friends. It's Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight with Pink and Main. We are going to make a fun flat shaker card that's going to be a little snowy scene because we have our October Stamp and Die of the Month. They're absolutely stinking adorable. It's called Flurry of Fun. It's a Pink and Main with Yuzu. These adorable polar bears, these little penguins. We've got a snowman. They're having a little snowball fight. I also think this one kind of looks like he's dancing. So you could definitely make them dancing if you want. I also love the sentiments. Snow much fun when you're around. You're very special to me. Friends make the coldest days warmer and wishing you a flurry of fun this winter. And I think that's going to be our sentiment. But yeah, so cute, so sweet. Um, Part of the monthly subscriptions that you can sign up for, or you can hold off and it will be available to purchase individually at the end of the month. The release this month is coming a week later, just like in September. So it's going to be the 24th, I believe. Let me double check that. It's definitely that week. I just want to make sure I get you the right day. It is, yes, the 24th. So yeah, that's what we're playing with. Let me go through. I saw Lisa had stopped by way earlier and left a comment. So if you see this later, Lisa, I hope you're doing good. We'll see you soon. I saw Gail and Angela were in early catching up. I saw Karen's here. I see Miss Elizabeth's here checking in with us, and Virginia's here. I see Beth checking in too. Desiree's here. I see Miss Susan, Lori, Linda, Heather. Hey, Heather. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. I see Misty checking in. Let's see. Miss Julie's here. Lori's here. I have a Lori and a Lori. I've tried to say them differently, but that's not my strong suit. I also say Pull and Pool the same pool, and I have been informed that that's not correct, depending on where else you live in the country, but that's fine. Lori and Laurie. I see Helene's here checking in. Melissa's here hanging out. I see Brennan's checking in. Welcome, welcome. I know they're so cute. I love the Yuzus. They're so adorable every time they knock it out of the park. I see Miss Jackie Ann is here. I see Karen. I see Connie. Um, Brendan said the head of the science department pulled me out of study class today for crafting advice. That's amazing. I see Kay and Daisy's checking in from California. Welcome. And I see Miss Judy. Hey. All right. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. It wasn't on purpose. Um, so yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. We've made some other flat shakers with packaging before, but today I broke out my small shaker covers. So we are going to be using one of these. Um, and the gradients and dots pattern paper, we're going to be using, I think, the gradient side for our scene and the little dots for our mat, but of the same color or frame. So I think that's going to be a good one. Angela said, I love your goblin elf. Thank you so much. I think it was Gail. Now I'm kicking myself because I can't remember. Somebody left me a comment. I want to say it's Gail, but I really don't know. I could be very wrong. Um, Saying that if I added, or that we could make the little bell on his hat a spider. And I didn't do it yet, obviously, but I do think that that would be adorable to like just connect those little dots in and make it a spider. So yes, whoever sent me that, very smart, very good idea. Um, let's see. Oh, thank you, Virginia. I was on Craft Roulette on Saturday. I did have so much fun. I will tell you that I was very sad. I couldn't see any of the comments while I was live. So if you were there and I didn't say hi, please don't take it personally. I literally, it's not like I didn't have time. I literally could not see them, which was a little frustrating, because I'm used to being able to see them, but that's okay. Well, it'll be fine for next time. So if you were there, thank you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay too. Um, I did a little fun craft roulette half hour live on Saturday for World Card Making Day. I used my Pink and Main banner dies to make my shaped card for one of the parameters, and it was perfect. So shout out to Michelle, because you guys might remember when those dice came out, I was like, I don't like these. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these. And you guys had to help me use them. I think we took inspiration or case from one of Brenda Nolke's. I think that's how you say her name. Projects, because I was just like at a loss. And then I turn around and it was the perfect solution for what I needed for my craft roulette card. So Michelle knew. I didn't even know. Michelle just knew. It's perfect. Oh, thanks, Misty. Perfect. Gail, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure it was you, but I was like, man, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be sad. Um, uh, yeah, thank you guys. Cool. Yeah, I only ran out of time for the coloring of leaves, which I feel like was fine. I tried to prioritize the other stuff. Um, you know what? I messed up. Hold on, let me see what I can do. I was going to do this horizontal and I wasn't paying attention whilst I was talking. And you can just do the light blue. Oh, right. Another dark blue I used both. That's okay. I want this to be horizontal, not vertical. So we're gonna swap out our blue gradient and we'll go in with the lighter blue, but it'll still be adorable. So let's cut this one the right way. So our sleeve is 3 1/4. So I'm going just a hair under that, by 5. And again, just a little tiny bit under that. There we go. That's gonna be our, how did I manage that? Did I cut that completely wrong? Yeah, that was supposed to be 3 3/4. Man, I'm really on it today. Third time's a charm, maybe? Is anybody watching that being like, no, don't do it? 3 3/4 by 5 is the actual dimensions. There we go. And make sure that looks right here. And it does. So that'll be perfect. We can actually make that part of our shaker now, because I'm going to be using my shaker as my like background and scene. And then we're going to be adding all of our critters and stuff on the top. So, um, oh, good. Karen had a great vacation. So happy that it went well. I see my Kens is watching. My Kens. Melissa, that's crazy. You are busy, busy, getting 5 cards done. Um, what do I do? I want this. So these shaker pouches come with a clear plastic film, and you can see it says remove protective film. So to do that, I just pick a side that where the like white tape is and scratch at it until I can peel it up because these tabs are going to get folded over anyway. So we're going to just fold those over. We're kind of just making like a bowl. I'm going to pop my sky piece right in, and then one at a time, we're going to peel and attach our tabs. And Miss Gail, I have to know, are you a Showgirl fan? You didn't get to talk. I know Brennan is not a fan. I'm going to out him right now. Was not a fan of the new album. So I'm dying to know if I'm alone here. I enjoy it. Let's see, it's made it too big. I should have done just slightly less. Okay, see, look, if we just take our time, we're a little bit gentle, we can always put new backing tape on there. Today is going to be one of those days, guys. It's for sure been one of those weeks in real life for me, so we're just going to keep up that apparently. So when I'm saying it's a little big, I'm literally going to just trim like the tiniest bit off. It's just if it's a little big, um, it's going to make it like bubble, right? Can you see this like tiny little sliver of black that I'm leaving there? We don't need a lot off. We just don't want the edges to push on there. Card fronts, Miss C, always card fronts. I am a fan of The Life of a Showgirl. Brennan is not. Brennan does not approve. Brennan, to be fair, is also not, I would say, not a Swiftie. So that's okay. I'll forgive him. And he is such a good friend that we were like chatting about it as it released. And on first listen, I wasn't really a fan either. I had to listen through a few times and listen to her like behind the scenes explain stuff. But I feel like I'm that way with all kinds of things, right? There's like times when a company will come out with like a new stamps or new stencils, and at first I'm like, but then like once I see people using it or like I start thinking about what I could pair it with out of stuff that I already have, then it starts speaking to me. That's okay. We're allowed to change our minds. I'm sure Brennan agrees. Okay, let's see. All right, that feels much better. So I'm just kind of folding this and making sure that it feels like it can fold without a lot of resistance. I just went in and added a little bit more of my Easy Tear tape because it's pushing back. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, It's still a little bubbly. That's okay. We're going to make it work. I'm going in with cracked glass, chunky glitter. Um, yeah, Beth, I do like it. I don't think it'll replace, I don't think it'll be my favorite album of hers. But that's also fine because I feel like each era sounds so different. I love any artist that's like that, where every version is so different that, like, whatever mood you're in, you can find something of theirs that'll fit the vibe. All right, so I poured in some of my chunky glitter there. I guess I should put the lid on before I start making a big mess. All right, so this is our little snow-filled pocket, okay? And that's what we're going to attach to create the back part of our little snow scene. Then we're going to make a little snow bank across the front and have all of our other elements there. But to do that, we need some elements. What I'm watching right now, so super transparent, probably more honest than I should be. I've been very down lately. And so I've had to be very careful about what I'm watching, um, in general, right? Like I'm someone who is easily swayed by what I'm watching. And it's just like the littlest bit of bubble, it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna leave it alone. So I wanted some to watch spooky things. Because it's spooky season, but I can't watch anything like actually scary or I'll spiral. So I have been watching a lot of old ghost hunters, like like super old ghost hunter shows, and um a lot of like Bob's Burgers. Nothing fun and new. All right, I think we're gonna make this little penguin be throwing a snowball. So if anybody else has a better suggestion for Gail of what she should binge watch, this time of year, I will also say I am a avid Gilmore Girls rewatch in the fall. When I watch, I like to watch the whole way through. And right now, I'm not like mentally in a spot where I can actually do that. Either like that feels like too much of a commitment. But I do love a fall Gilmore Girls watch. All right, so we're gonna stamp out two penguins, a bear, a little snowdrift, a pile of snowballs, and a single snowball. Thank you very much, Melissa. It's very frustrating because in general things are going really good. It just kind of feels like my brain does not know that. Beth, 100%, you're so right. I've also been watching, I don't think of that as a binge because it comes out once a week, but I have been watching the newest season of the British Bake Off on Netflix, and this one's a good one. I really like the people on there this year. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate that. Oh, I love how many British Bake Off people there are. In my brain, Brennan, that movie doesn't exist. The fourth one does not exist. Oh, I picked up the wrong ink pad. Oh well, let's have it. Michelle will forgive me for borrowing from Honeybee Stamps. That's not new. You guys know. I use that one and my pink and main a lot. My pink and main ink got moved over to the side, and I'm over here gabbing. We'll do a little bit of both. How about that? I've been dealing with all of this autoimmune stuff and thyroid issues. And it's just been a very frustrating month because no one has any answers for anything. Uh, and my doctors at this point are like, don't even want to give me suggestions. And I'm like, at this point, just make something up so I can have something to work on, like some kind of hope, something. Give me something. Um, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I know that. I'll get there. And it's not like October is not the busiest month of the year for me anyway, so but it'll be fine. I'm stamping these onto Copic Express It. Um, yeah, Gail, exactly. If any community is gonna understand, it's you guys. I know that for sure. Um, okay. Coloring or stamped on Copic Express It, which means we're using Copic markers today to fill them in. I want to go ahead and start with my penguins, I think. They are so cute. Um, we're gonna have a big jump here with some of these markers, but that's okay. Let's start with C9. Um, yeah, Heather, I have Hashimoto's too, and it's so frustrating. It's getting more frustrating as I'm finding out how common it is for them, and then there's like nothing else you can do. But like every day I find more and more people who have it. And it's like, how can so many people have it and we don't have any solutions? I know that's not the only medical thing that's that way. I get that too. And in the scheme of things, there are way worse, but it's just like so frustrating. Heather, I have not used the Olo paper, but supposedly Miss Mary Gunn from Craft Roulette on Saturday told me she would cut me a couple pieces and pop it in the mail. So if I get my hands on some Olo paper, I will show it here and share it with you guys and let you know how it goes and what my thoughts are. Because you guys know I do really like the pink and main paper for my Olo. So I am very intrigued to see what about this paper is going to be like so different. But Mary and Amanda Stevens were like basically raving about it on Saturday. So now I want to know. Even if we just now have options, that's always fun. I'm coming back in. Like I said, I have a big jump. My C5 marker is out of commission. So I'm going back and forth between my 3 and my 7 to get a nicer blend on that. There we go. Just a little hint of a highlight there. We'll give them some gray shading around the outside of the face and the bottom part of their little bellies with that same C3. Then we can come in with a little C1 maybe. Ooh, and I got some new Halloween spooky nail dip powders. So hopefully for Thursday. This Manny's still going strong, but I have to have spooky nails for this weekend to work at my dad. So I got ones that are like red and black thermal, so they change in like hot and cold. And then I also got ones that are black and white thermal, and then ones that are like it looks kind of like this, um, chunky glitter, but it glows in the dark. So I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but hopefully I will have very fun nails to share with you guys on Thursday. Little YR07 and a little YR04 for their little beaks. Oh, and their feet. I'll bring that back and do their feet. And Brennan, I don't even think my girls will watch the second Halloween Town, but they will watch the original Halloween Town every single day in October if I let them. That's like one of their favorite movies. All right. Let's, what color? I think I kind of want to do like pink, purple, blue, some like analogous um, coloring on here. This is really good. We might have to remake this shaker. We'll come back to that. We'll see how I feel when we get to that point. Because the reason I'm thinking that is if I remake it, I also have these really fun, like pink, we could do a little like pink and blue and bring in some pink on their little scarves. So let's do that. Yeah, let's bring in a deeper RV. Let's go RV 69. Um, I don't even know. I'll ask him, Brendan. I'm not sure. I just have a thought of like me bringing it up and then being like, it's not the one. Like it's not Halloween. It's not the Halloween Town. So I like didn't want to watch it. My girls are very much like once they decide something in their mind, that's it forever. There is no changing their mind, at least with stuff like that. I also think it's funny that like Hocus Pocus is one of my favorite movies of all time from any genre, and they say it's too scary. They won't watch it. They like the second one, which I hate. Different generations, I guess. Oh yeah, that's gonna pop so pretty. And then we can bring in um, some like lighter blue. A little BO5, a little BO2. Well, Brendan, they know who you are, so I'm gonna tell them that you like to the best, and then see if that helps sway them because that is the one thing that can do it is like unfortunately they are influenced by influencers. Um, so I'll try, we'll see. I'm gonna try something a little different, and for my snow, I'm gonna bring in a little of this BV23 and add some of this like blue violet to the shading on my snow. And I'm being, you can see, pretty like messy with it. We want some little speckles, but I think that BV would be cool. And then, yeah, we'll bring in a little even lighter BV 31 to pull that out. It's lighter, but slightly more purple. Oh, I forgot one. He's holding one. Supposedly, today was the last 80-degree day that we're going to have till the spring. And I'm really hoping that's true because I would really like it to finally feel like fall now. I'm very over this heat. Um, oh, can I zoom in? Yeah. Sorry, I just saw the can I zoom in? But also, yes, thank you, Brennan. I didn't know you could zoom in like that either. Um, there you go. Hopefully that's better though, right? A little better TV zoom. Coming back in with colorless blender. Yeah, which is does have stuff in it. Sometimes you don't know. And we're gonna just go over everything that's light and it's just gonna soften it up. Cozy and rainy with Beth's today. Yeah, send that. I think that's what's coming our way. I was gonna say send that up here, but I think it's already coming. So that's good. To try to bring in a different gray, um, I'm gonna pull in some N2 neutral gray for these little like earmuffs and pom-poms, and I'm not even gonna blend. I'm just adding that a little bit, um, to just so it's not plain white. Hey, Denise. Ugh, Angela, exactly though. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be 95 there. It shouldn't be 80 degrees here. It's the second start of the second week of October, and it should feel like fall. I'm so sick of sweating. I don't want to sweat anymore. All right. Technically, I'm pretty sure, according to people who hate the Coca-Cola ads from back in the day, um, polar bears and penguins don't live in the same place. But we're going to make this a polar bear. And I really like using warm grays on my polar bears because I don't know about you, but if you've ever seen like documentaries with polar bears, they always look like they have a little bit of like yellow under their fur. I think it's like, I don't know, they're like fat layer or something, something with like the waterproofing. I don't know. I'm sure I learned it at some point as a kid at the zoo. But because of that, I really like how warm grays look for polar bears. This is some W5. It's pretty dark, like it's a very gray. So I'm trying to be very careful with how much of it I'm adding. So kind of like a little mini shadow there. Then we can come in with a little bit more, a little heavier hand with our W3. But we still want to be sure that we're leaving a good chunk of white space. That's what's going to help this to read as a white polar bear and not a gray bear. Is the white paper we're going to leave behind. Some shadow piece on. Okay, then I'm going to jump all the way to W00, but you could also do like a W1. I just want to make sure, like I said, that I'm leaving enough white space. So this is going to help me blend out that edge without eating away at any more of that white cardstock. There we go. I'll come back in with a little W9 um, for the nose and that little spot on the bottom of his foot, the pad of his foot. See, Elizabeth, but it gives so much that like contrast of that darker color just gives so much life to him. I hope that encourages you to try adding in those shadows because it's really good. It needs it. And then you know what these need to be he needs the blue. I need one darker though. What blues do I have? Bring in a little B18. Yeah, your lights don't look light if there's nothing dark to compare them to. So that's like the struggle, is figuring out the balance that you like with your dark to light kind of ratios. There we go. That's cute, right? His blue, he's pink, and then he's got the blue and the pink. I like that. And now I can figure out what I want to do. I think they're going to look really cute on that. Again, I want to be clear that this whole shaker thing is very much a user issue. They really are easy to use. I'm just having a day. Let's do this. Okay. Plus now I kind of want to see if I have another one of the lighter blues to do I'm sure the dark. I don't know. I'm just talking crazy. So I'm going, what is that, a 1/16 of an inch smaller. Yeah, I think it's a 1/16 on both edges. The teeniest little thing. Yeah, I think that blue is still good. Okay, let's do this shaky part again. We'll just say that first one was like a practice round, you know? So again, I'm gonna scratch on that side, creating out loud. Love that. the ink guides love this. So fun. All right, let's see how this feels with everybody folded over. Folding nice and flat. It feels like it. I'm gonna push this side down and kind of get a feel for where the opposite side then needs to fold so that I have room. Because I feel like the problem is I was pushing it too far over. But if you kind of keep the opposite edge with the tape on it still folded, it kind of makes its own bumper. All right. We're only going to do the 3 sides. There's no bubbling this time. I can already feel the difference. I'm going to pour my chunky glitter from our first attempt into the second one here. Let's see if I can get more of that saved. And you know what? I have a bunch. Hey, Jana. I have a whole second jar of this, so we're just going to pour in a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. I have stuff all over. Oh, I love that. She's all shakery. Okay. Let me grab my those little border dies that I used before. These ones, the scallop and stitch scallop border dies, wave and scallop border dies. And we're going to, I think I want like a more dramatic hill because I kind of want him like down low and the penguins up high. If you didn't want as dramatic, there's like a less, right, a less dramatic version, but I think the drama will be fun. So we're going to go in. This is a full A2 sized white panel. You know what I need to do is attach this down. Let's add our easy tear tape and get this attached first. Angela, sorry, I just saw your question. For the class, there are printables, but if you have any kind of pumpkin stamps from any brand, you can stamp and color your own images. So if you want to print out the printables, they're there and you have them forever. But if you know if there's other images you want to practice on or die cuts you want to practice on, that's also totally fine. It's a very technique based class, so it can be applied to any kind of pumpkins. I want the pink at the top, right? I want the pink to be able to be shown or be seen. Go. All right, so that's attached now. I'm gonna hold this up kind of on the side, but like lined up with our main backer one. So I can tell how high or low I want my hill to be because it's gonna attach to the bottom of this. I'm gonna put it all the way across the front. So I still want a little bit of ground over here, ground space. So we're gonna cut it about there. Add a little piece of washi for myself. And this is going to make us a really beautiful little snowy hill. So we'll add some foam around and it's going to look like that. And you know I can't just leave it like that. So we're going to come in with our, need a piece of printer paper and my pink and main glue. And I'm going to do sticking around the stitching, but a little messy is okay. Glue all the way around. This would be a lot easier if my glue wasn't clogged. Why are you clogged? Some days, guys, everything is easy. Some days, nothing in crafting comes easy. But we're here to make glittery fun things. So, right? Okay. We're just going to add a little bit of that chunky glitter. That looks so pretty. Just to that little edge. And that's going to tie the inside of our shaker to our little outside seam. Just kind of funnel that back in. And then, yeah, let's come in with our, oh, you know what we need to do before we do anything else is stamp our sentiment. I want to do the wishing you a flurry of fun this winter. We're going to add that there. You could also have stamped it up here and it would be really cute inside the shaker, but I think we'll be good stamping it down here at the bottom. In theory, probably should have done this before the glittering, but that's okay. Get that. Sorry if my head gets in the way. I think that was actually pretty good. And we're going to stamp this in Barbershop blue ink. I do, Linda. You are not the first person to say that I need one of those glue press gun things. I know. It's on my list. Maybe for Christmas this year. But yeah, I just think this little bit of Barbershop blue will pull in that background matte really nicely. And then we'll let that ink and that glue dry just a little bit and die cut our images. In the home stretch for sure. We could also add some of that glitter, chunky glitter to our snow in our stamped images. That could be really cute. If I was, just felt I was going to say, if I was washi tape, where would I be? But she was right where she's supposed to be. She just fell over. Can relate. Oh, goodness. I know there's a lot of other fun stuff going on in October. So many like festivals and fairs and all kinds of things like that. Besides like, trick or treat things. What is there anything else going on that you guys are excited about? Any other like classes or crafty events that you want to share with the class? I can't really take on any more in October, but I'd still love to hear what you guys are up to. I dropped my snowball. Hold on. Oh, don't worry, I got it. What do you think? Should we add some? I think we have to add some glitter to our snow, right? It's like, it feels obligatory. It feels like we have to. We've already come this far. I put glitter on everything else, right? Like we might as well. Maybe for this one, I don't know, it's really chunky. I was gonna say we could use the glue pen, but they're pretty chunky. I'm just gonna kind of like add some dots. We're not really worried about coverage for these ones. Oh. Heather said she's doing the Joyful Holiday event. Yay! And then Libby's class with the truck dies. That's so exciting. Jen Shirkis's Lawn Fawn class. I love that. Ooh, so many people are doing the Pink and Main holiday class. That's so exciting. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. With some like really big name teachers in that one. I bet it's going to be so good. I don't have any, I don't even have any sneaky details that I could leak to you guys. That's probably why they didn't tell me. Because they know I'd be out here being like, you didn't hear it from me. But no, you guys are going to have so much fun. It's so good. And that's like right when the new release is coming out too. It's going to be a very exciting week. All right. Come on. I love the shattered glass because you can still see through it so well. So you don't have to worry about if you get any where you've stamped your image, it's not going to mess up your ink. Oh, yeah, go get Charlene, my twin. Oh, Linda, I'm so sorry. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. Um, we're in the home stretch, guys. We're gonna come in with some foam. And let's see. I should be following my own advice and using the foam strips that I cut from like the sheets of foam, but you know, here we are. I'm just taking my foam tape and cutting it up the middle. I put a strip under both sides there, and we're going to add some right along the edge on both ends, like right on the edge, because we want it to sit right over that that polka dot. And then we can also come in, I'm going to put just a little bit of easy tear tape, or you could do like tape runner up here where it's going to stick to that plastic. These are really nice and sharp, guys. So I can stop fighting with my, maybe, with my teeth. Okay. Let me see if I can line this up from the bottom. Yeah, there we go. So I just kind of put my card on its edge and put the white piece on the edge and then use that to kind of line up the outer edges. But this way, when the card is up, right, you just get like a little hint that there's something there, and then you can make it like blizzard, basically, out of that. Love that. We're going to go in with, again, you could do tape runner. I'm going to use the easy tear tape for all of my little elements here, just because it's so strong that I just know I'm not going to have to worry about it at all. And my little bear's going to go down on the bottom of her hill. I think I want him like on the hill a little bit. We can always add a little drop shot up there if we need. And then these guys, I want the dancing one to, he's going to be like he's throwing, or he just threw the single one that's going to be like going through the air. Let me put him first. I want him back like tucked, like he's just helping. He's the assistant. His little single one. Like that, like he just threw it. I think we'll put that little pile down there. That'll help bring some of our scene like down through the rest. And then this little pile of snowballs will be over here, and we can just do that. There we go. I do kind of want to give them some quick grounding shadow, just because it'll only take a second. Let's bring back in our BVs that we use just to stay consistent. So he's got right there. And we can add just like a little bit of texture here and there. Okay, and then we'll go in with my zero seems a little weak sauce, so we'll go in with our colorless blender is a little dry, so we'll come in with our zero and really soak through all of those edges. That'll help give everything this here. There you go. Right? Just so it's not like a stark white of nothing. Yeah, and then that would get, this is a card front for Misty. And that would get added to an A2 sized side folding card. But I just love the surprise of all of that snow just kind of appearing behind them. It makes a beautiful sound. I love the little touches of sparkle here and there. And I just think that these October stamp of the month critters are adorable. So thank you guys so much for coming to hang out with me for this one. Sorry it was a little bit of a roller coaster, but we got there in the end. And that's all that matters. It's all a learning experience, and we're all here to just have fun. And I'm here to make a mess. So, mission accomplished. Thank you guys again so much. I will be back on Thursday with the foil of the month, which is very cool and very different. So something different than I've ever seen from Pink and Main. So we're going to have some fun foiling on Thursday. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I will see you back here soon. Be safe, and I love you. And until next time, happy crafting. Have a good night, guys.